nope to that. Nope, 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 nope. If we had any food in the flat at all, I would not be leaving today. Unfortunately, we don't. And I think Dan's gonna be working reasonably late tonight, so I don't think we're gonna be going out for dinner. Not that we want to be going out because it's getting really cold again tonight. Not quite the -21 that it was this morning. Dan did text to say yes, that was as horrendous as you would expect walking to work. But I am gonna have to go out now. But it is mere -14 now, which I've coped with before. It does say feels like 29 or something ridiculous, so I think it feels colder with wind chill than it has been. Yeah, welcome to the weekly vlog. Yeah, I'm totes not vlogging this going to get food, by the way, because I'm going to get my head down, wrapped up, and get there and back as quick as possible. I survived! I survived to put more laundry on. Hi, washing vans. Oh, it actually wasn't too bad. It does feel a hell of a lot warmer than it did yesterday. Watch the CN Tower vlog to see just how brutal that was. But yeah, it's not too bad, and actually do feel better for some fresh air. It is very easy to want to like hibernate when it is this cold. But I'm just looking forward to it getting a bit warmer for the rest of this week, because it's our last week in Toronto. I cannot believe, I knew it would go quickly, but I can't believe how quickly it's gone. And there's like a museum I want to go to, and I want to get out and walk around a bit and just, you know, make sure I've explored all the places I want to explore before we go. So yeah, fingers crossed for it warming up a bit. Today I'm mostly housewifing, cleaning, laundry, changing the beds, that kind of thing. It's actually going to be really nice to get home and not have 3 weeks worth of laundry to do, because we've kind of been doing it as we go along. That's sort of a first for a trip, really. Hello, happy Tuesday. It is so much warmer today. I say so much warmer, it's like -6 or something. It's insane. I actually had, I'm really sorry for going on about the temperature so much, but like I could not believe like those kind of -20 something figures, how it felt. And I have had Canadians messaging me on Instagram saying like, no, we're cold, like this is really unusual. But anyway, OOTD. So I'm in this like ASOS kind of 70s chevron zigzaggy jumper, ASOS pink jeans. You can see I'm wearing many layers of thermals underneath still because it's still quite cold. ASOS pink hat. Really loving this jumper. Right, gotta go because I am heading off into the path to try and find a good pork sandwich place to meet my husband for lunch. I think it's called Porchetta, and trying to find somewhere in the path is always quite tricky, so I'm giving myself hopefully plenty of time for our little lunch date. Okay, I lied, it's actually -14. I can't believe how much warmer that feels. Never thought I'd be saying that. Anyway, we're on the path, it's very busy. Let's try and get to where we need to go. So I'm just continuing to follow the orange signs for west and hoping I end up in the right spot and checking my map constantly. West. Okay, that sign says Exchange Tower, that's where we're heading. It's like a whole other city down here. Okay, where's my Exchange Tower sign gone? Ooh, that way now. Okay. You are in Exchange Tower. Okay. Right. Aha, I see it. Porchetta, that's where we're going. Success. Just have to hope my husband makes it here now. Yes. Very good. It's a nice little lunch date. Picked up some donuts from a place that Dan walks past on his way home every day, and they do look amazing. He was saying we need to get some, but they're always gone by the time he gets home, so I picked them up for him and take them home, and I will wait until he gets back. Oh, where am I going? Sorry, it just divided into 3, and as it likes to do here, the sign that I was following suddenly disappeared. So, right, Still don't think I've gone the right way. I think I've done this before. It's quite confusing because I know I've got to exit through a certain subway station, but I also know that one of the entrances to that subway station from the path, the one I just tried to use, doesn't actually go above ground. It's just straight down to the platforms. It's so confusing. Oh, this is a fancy bit though. I like this bit. And home. I'm gonna put the kettle on. So we just nipped out for some ramen to a place called the Assembly Chef's Hall, which is kind of like a food court but fancier. I would say it's a little bit like a kind of all indoor permanent Digbeth dining club if you are from Birmingham. But we had amazing ramen. I actually think I preferred the first ramen we had, so the Kinton ramen. The ramen we had was Ishin ramen. Takoyaki were better there. Now we're home and we're going to eat those donuts we bought earlier. Here they are. So we've got an original jelly and a maple bacon. These look pretty good. Good morning. It was bound to happen sooner or later. 3 weeks in a strange place. Something I ate yesterday did not agree with me. Feeling a little bit delicate this morning. Just gonna take it gently. We've got a really nice meal booked tonight, so I'm just hoping that I feel better for that. So fingers crossed. Stupid allergies. Just to make clear, I do have a myriad of allergies. It's not just cinnamon, although usually just avoiding cinnamon does the trick for me. And all the food we had last night and yesterday was great, and Dan is fine. So it's definitely me, not the food. Or it could just be having a build-up of stuff. As I've said previously, I have noticed that sodium benzoate seems to be in everything. So maybe I've just had like 3 weeks worth of benzoates in my body and my body's just like, nope. My lip's quite sore as well. So I don't know. I don't know. All I can do at the moment is just be thankful that I have this sort of allergy where I just get skin issues and gastric issues. And I don't, you know, have an anaphylactic reaction, because being a bit ill one night you can cope with. Not being able to breathe, you can't. Howdy, 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 howdy. That was full circle. Have howdies. It is Thursday. Yesterday ended up being a write-off, to be honest. Just felt a bit delicate after a not nice night. We didn't go out for dinner because quite frankly sushi was the last thing that I fancied. I'm absolutely fine now. It was very much obviously just some sort of reaction to something, and the joys of my allergies are I really have no idea what it would be, because I do sometimes have a delayed reaction as well, and I definitely did a cinnamon check on everything. So and as I said, Dan is fine, so I want to make it very clear that you know, any of the foods that have been featured in my vlog so far were all excellent, and yeah, it's me not them kind of thing. Anyway, today is our last full day in Toronto and I cannot blooming believe it. I don't know where that's gone, to be quite honest. I am kind of a bit sad because I've really felt like it's been a really good sort of reset for me at the start of the year. I think sometimes January we can kind of go headlong into the year, just hurtling in with like, resolutions and new me and everything's got to be amazing this year. And it's been quite nice to sort of completely remove myself from that and not really be able to do much at all. Yeah, I just feel a lot better for it, a lot less stressed, a lot more chill, which is always good. But I'm also, yes, I'm sad that we're leaving. It's a really cool city. I'm also a little bit sad that the weather has been so extreme whilst we've been here. it has been extreme even by Canadian standards. In fact, it's a lot warmer. It was a lot warmer yesterday and it's a lot warmer again today. It's 0, but it's heading cold again tonight, and apparently we're going to be back into extreme weather warnings. So I hope that doesn't affect our flight home, but we'll see. I'm flying back tomorrow night. But yeah, I'm also, yes, I wish it would have been nice not to be quite so cold. So there weren't quite so many days where I was just like rushing to get back inside again, because it's not like we've really been able to kind of just stroll around the city and experience it in so many ways really that we would usually when we visit a place. You know, the Saturday that we put aside for just like walking around and having coffee and stuff like that was a snowstorm. We still did do Graffiti Alley though. We did do that, and in fact the lights festival we went to that night, where we were like, this is amazing, but like there is snow blowing in my face, we did see was actually cancelled the next night because of the extreme weather, and there were a lot of people saying that it probably should have been cancelled the night we went, but what I hadn't realised is that was actually opening night, so I think they sort of kept it open despite the snowstorm, and it was even colder the next day. So yeah, but I am looking forward to go home and seeing like friends and family and kind of getting cracking on 2019 now. Yeah, so what am I going to do today? Today I've sort of saved it up for my last week. It's what I was going to do yesterday. I'm going to go to the shoe museum. There is a shoe museum in Toronto. I believe, I may be lying, this might be as what my husband would call a life act. I believe it's got the largest number of shoes in a shoe museum in the world. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on that. I will fact check this. Maybe I'll be able to fact check it at the museum. And I like shoes and I like museums, so I'm very excited about this combination. I'm gonna get the subway up there, because it's quite far north. It's a little bit further than I walked on that kind of first day where I ended up in the hailstorm and ended up walking about 35,000 steps in a hailstorm. I'm not going to make that mistake this time. I am going to get the subway. I mean, it would be a fine walk on a normal day, but it is, say, warmer. But also, if I go on the subway, I will have experienced all of the different public transits of Toronto, because I'll have done streetcar, bus and subway. So I'm going to jump on the subway, head up north, go to the shoe museum, have a wander around, and then tonight when Dan gets back from work stuff, we're just going to be packing. I've been using the Toronto Transit app whilst I've been here. It's really good at showing you where to go. Only issue is obviously we have no Wi-Fi, so I just have to take screenshots of everything, but you can save like favourite journeys, which has been really good. Oh, here it is. So getting the subway, pretty easy and uneventful. Another point for Toronto public transit. Let's just try and find the museum. I think it's up here. I think the building with the giant picture of a shoe on the outside might be the giveaway. Here we go, fact check. It's home to one of the world's largest collections of shoes. Still pretty exciting. So there you go, the first ever found shoe. I believe this is a replica. It looks kind of like an Ugg slipper. This place does fascinating things like contrast these with these. I'm back! Shoe museum, really interesting. It's not massive, and one floor was closed as well because they've just finished their Manolo Blahnik exhibition and they're about to start an exhibition on shoes through the Great Depression. But each floor was quite small, like reasonably small anyway, so I don't feel like I missed a massive amount by not having that extra exhibition to go to. But there was a floor on the bottom floor was all about like just the history of shoes, from the very first shoes that we've got evidence of, all the way through to modern day. And then there was an exhibit on shoes of like northern people, so different kind of indigenous peoples of kind of Canada and Russia, so Siberia and Alaska and all sorts of things, which was really interesting, especially just seeing how kind of those traditional sort of things have sort of come through today. So I was looking at sort of the really traditional snow boots, and I did spend quite a lot of time looking at snow boots whilst I was here, although I didn't actually end up buying any, and just seeing some of the features that are just the same, that have been kept, like the sort of pleated toes and things like that. Yeah, really intriguing. And then there was another exhibit on gold in shoes, and sort of luxury shoes, which went all the way from a kind of a pair of Hermes winged sandals from a kind of ancient statue through to some trainers that had the same features from like a couple of years ago. Yeah, just really fascinating. So if you like, I was there for I think about 2 hours, and I really did work my way around the whole exhibit, maybe 2.5 hours. I really did work my way around the whole museum reading everything. So you could do it a bit quicker, could do it a little bit longer if there was that extra floor open. But yeah, if you like fashion, you like fashion history, and you're in Toronto, definitely worth a little visit, I think. Anywho, I now need to go and hunt and gather something for dinner, because we're going to eat in tonight, because I've got to pack. Let's pack in. I'm genuinely not sure how this happened, but it's Friday and we're going home today. That month has flown by. I kind of always knew it would, because sort of Dan's been working every day, so in a way it's just been kind of life as usual, but in Toronto, which is, you know, not as usual. But yeah, so got up really early this morning, finished packing, lugged all of our suitcases over to Dan's office so that I can walk over there later and we can just go straight to the train station. I'm a little bit nervous about getting the train to the airport with all of our suitcases. I think it's gonna be a bit of a pain, but due to various reasons, that's what we're doing. I'm trying to be a leaf in the wind and go with the flow and be zen about it. I am quite an anxious traveller, so I've just letting Dan organise it. Usually my way of dealing with the anxiety around travelling is just organising everything to within an inch of its life and being really in control of it. So I'm trying to do the opposite and just be zen about it. Do I sound zen? Doing really well. Anyway, so I'm just tidying up the apartment, making sure we're leaving it all nice, and then I'm nipping out for some lunch with Dan and some worky type people, which is very nice to be invited to that. And then I really want to pop into the shops and just pick up a couple of little bits, kind of souvenirs. I saw a little poutine pin badge that I really want, because poutine has very much fueled us through this cold weather. And then that'll be it. It'll be time to get on the train, get to the airport and fly home. And then because of flying through space and time, we're actually going to be back in the UK Saturday morning, and have like a whole weekend in Birmingham. Oh, flying through space and time. I'm sure it's gonna be very jet lagged. I've already organised meeting up with some peeps for coffee when I get back next week, so I'm really looking forward to that. Looking forward to having some human contact. So yeah, just checking in with you really, giving you a quick update, and oh, I'm a bit sad to be leaving, but looking forward to seeing everyone at home. Just been out for lunch. My final little path trip, and it's started snowing really heavily again. I hope this doesn't impact our flight home. All packed, and it's time to say goodbye. I can't believe it. I am gonna have to get out of here fairly quickly though, because I've just plugged all of the air fresheners back in that I took out, and I can feel lavender permeating the air and me going allergy fern. Bye bye apartment. Right, let's get to the airport and see what's happening with our flight. It's looking okay so far. So made it to the airport. Getting the train with 5 suitcases was interesting. Luckily we had some help to get us to the train platform, otherwise I don't think we'd have done it. So far so good on the flight time as well, so got full flight anxiety now though. Oh, I'll have a beer. Home! It's Sunday now. Our flight was delayed. We didn't find out until we actually kind of got on the plane, really. It wasn't delayed too much. I think it ended up being about 45 minutes or so. It wasn't too bad. And then somehow we managed to make up a lot of time in the air on the way back. I don't know how that works, but it was an 8-hour flight over and well under 6 hours back. Fast wind? I don't really understand. What that did mean was that by the time they'd fed us and sort of, you know, got us all settled in, there was only about 3 hours available to sleep. So I slept for about 3 hours, then promptly spent yesterday going mad. Thank goodness, because it was like a business trip, we had a car back from the airport to Birmingham. We didn't have to drive because we would not have been safe driving because we'd been up for so long by that point. I started going proper bonkers yesterday evening when I realised we'd been up for about 34-35 hours and I'd had about 3 hours sleep. I kept falling asleep on the sofa, but by that point, like just nodding off, by that point you're like, oh, I don't want to go to sleep yet. So we ordered a takeaway, and during the takeaway we were both like, oh, wide awake, so wide awake. But that soon wore off and I went to bed at 9:30 last night and slept for 10 hours. So I feel a lot less tired now, but I've still got that slight kind of jet laggy, like, what time is it, who am I feeling? Definitely just like dropping things, being a bit zombified. Dan seems a lot better than I am. He managed to stay up till a slightly better time last night and then went to sleep for a normal amount of time. Anywho, thank goodness my mother has offered to cook us a Sunday roast today. So not too much humaning involved. We are also going to go and see Dan's dad, who's had he had an op that was brought forward, so it happened whilst we were in Toronto instead of after we got back. But he's all good. He's been waiting to have it for a while, so we're going to go and visit him and check he's okay, and you know, go and say hi. And then we're going to go to my parents for a roast, which I'm very much looking forward to. Right then. Oh, jet lagged Monday. Emily here, checking in because I realised I didn't actually sign off in any way yesterday. Roast was amazing. Oh, I've just noticed that the Christmas lights that did not work at all over Christmas are, I don't know if you can see them there in the corner, they're flashing away outside my window. What? Why? I have done nothing to, I've done nothing to them. And they're just going away. What's going on there? Yeah, oh, I forgot to take this down before we went away, obviously. Anyway, yeah, had a roast, that was lovely. Came home, immediately fell asleep on the sofa, which was probably a terrible idea because then Dan woke me up, we had dinner, and then I had a terrible night's sleep last night. Just could not get to sleep. Tossed and turned until the early hours of the morning, finally went to sleep. Then Dan's alarm went off and it felt like, well, I will continue this in next week's vlog, so there you go. But feel like we're properly starting 2019 now, back in Brum. I can't string a sentence together, so I'm gonna go, amusingly, I'm gonna go and actually start the vlog for next week, so it's not gonna get any better. Bye!